So, Manchester Derby, what team do you support?
Man
United, yeah? You guys are enjoying life now. Ten Hag, is he the guy?
Yeah, he's.
Yeah?
He's.
So, what happens in the Derby? Beat Liverpool, beat Arsenal. Is there one more scout to take? Do you think that, he's a big game guy? What do you think happens here?
That much. But looking at Man City with that guy that is at the front, that Terminator guy. I don't want to call the name.
Are you scared?
But funniest thing that I was talking to my brother here one day. He was like saying when I landed Dortmund and Ajax when they played last season in the Champions League. Said there was one guy that was marking him. That if you go and check the clip very well, it was Martinez.
Call his name.
I know call the guy.
So you think Haaland will not score against United?
That game, I doubt if he will score.
You don't think Haaland scores?
I don't think Haaland scores.
I like calls like
against
this.
United.
It comes up very well.
Against United?
Yeah.
You get mine.
Who else thinks Haaland will not score? You think Haaland will not score?
He won't
I
score.
think Haaland will score.
See these Man U fans.
But he won't score more than one goal. I think
Fantastic.
Lisandro Martinez impact.
You see Neymar?
Lisandro Martinez impact. No. You has not gotten on the wave of. You need to get on the wave of Martinez.
I don't sensationalize things.
Wait. First of all, let me tell you something. See, it has to be.
You mean say in football for air?
Now, two things. Either your belief in God is very strong.
Dealing with area balls has never been his problem.
Wait now. Look at this man. Wait now. Wow. Either your belief in God is very strong or you are smoking something very strong. Because if you still have the mind to be betting against Haaland this point.
So you mean that Cancelo
I never
play outside foot and Martinez and Haaland are the one contesting with the ball?
Who do you think gets to the ball?
I never said Haaland. I said Haaland is going to score.
Understand something.
He's probably not going to tear. He won't tear us apart.
So you say he'll score one and one?
He won't tear us apart.
He won't score one and one.
You want to take it back now?
He won't tear us apart.
You want to take it back?
I did not join him.
Fantastic.
I'll take it back.
And they look at because I don't like Haaland here this show.
I did not join. Wait, chill. I did not join Haaland.
That is a different feel entirely.
I did not join Haaland. What I'm saying is this: with Varane and Martinez, a credible partner as like Martinez, not Harry Maguire. A credible partner like Martinez, our defense is better. So I would expect our defense against Man City this weekend would obviously be better than it was in the past. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Haaland is going to tear us apart.
It's in the boss my head. Credible,
Haaland.
this, that, Haaland.
Haaland is not going to tear us apart.
Right?
I'm that bold.
So
we all score 3 goals. Everybody go rest.
I mean, have you had time to think about Ten Hag? What do you make of the guy? He hasn't played since Arsenal. I think he's a very solid guy.
Ten Hag.
Yeah. I think he's a very solid manager. I think early on, he has realized very early on that this thing has to go my way. Or else it won't work.
Yeah, there's
this idea of, playing safe, you're in a cruiser now, and you have to, understand the side of the club. I think he's realized very early on. I think it's big credit. I give it to him. Big credit. This thing would only work the way I know how it works. Anything from an advice outside, this is how you do it here, it won't cut it.
I think now
biggest credit I give to him.
Yeah, thinking back on when the season started, it be like say now we just know that time. I think Ten Hag played a solid mind game. Say you know what, this guy is a favorite in England. I'll play him. I'll play him.
Too much.
Play the guy. Let the guy disgrace himself. So I think when I don't see him now, they play a game.
Mourinho always says this: time will always do his thing. Time has done his thing with Harry Maguire.
And I agree. You have to give him that credit for making that. And it was the point you were making when he came on at first. That look, you are the first United manager. I don't think anyone has had the leverage that Ten Hag now has, aside from maybe when they gave Ole the job, because now Ten Hag now has a leverage of look, he can bring the whole thing down and say we want to rebuild because it has gone to shit anyway. So why are you now coming and saying you want to make a change? You want to make a change and you're using the same personnel. So there was a need to make that, and you can tell. So there are some things that not everything is black and white, but there are some things that is just easy to pick. You can see it. The moment you drop the guy, you can see the significant improvement in the defense line. It is not so hard. And that's why when you see this guy, he looks like a clown defending Maguire, Gary Southgate. It's not really that hard.
It's funny.
He played a decent game. So that's the level we're coming to. A supposed top defender. So we're now agreeing that he came off. He came through in some challenges. There were so that's what I agree now.
I don't know.
moments.
I didn't know that they explain player.
I don't know. So you get. I don't know. They explain the team before. I just feel if you do well, you do well.
What they ask you is clear. Harry Maguire had a very good game. What do you make of his impact? They're
not the chop out. Say no.
Performance.
The first 20 minutes, he don't really do well.
It was more like a PR thing with Southgate. The way he was, defending Maguire.
That's what it is, man. It's his countryman. He should do what he needs to do. He's a man. I understand Southgate's position because at the eve of the World Cup, you don't want to scatter what you think you've built. So I understand his position. However, I just think you're better off not saying anything. You're better off saying we win as a team, which is what managers always say. We defend as a team when they don't want to single out one person. We defend as a team and attack as a team, or whatever it is. I thought narrowing it down was a bit unnecessary. So let's do predictions. I'm going to start with you, Emmanuel. Right? You're just going to say what happens, scoreline in the game. Arsenal, Tottenham, what do you think happens there? I expect Arsenal to win, but Tottenham, would make a real go of it.
Arsenal, Tottenham to win 2-1.
Tottenham to win 2-1 at the Emirates. That's nice. Brentford away at Bournemouth.
Brentford, Bournemouth. Oh, that one is out though. Seriously, but Bournemouth because of their new coach.
Right. I like it to be a bit quicker. Chelsea away at Crystal Palace.
Chelsea, definitely. 2 goals up.
Chelsea to win 2-0. Fulham, Newcastle.
Fulham, Newcastle. Fulham. Yeah.
Fulham to win. Newcastle got some good players. Liverpool, Brighton.
Liverpool has to win that match. There is nothing else they want to say about it.
Can we just pause here for a bit? If Liverpool don't win against Brighton, that could signal a very important turn of events, isn't it? Just for Jurgen. I don't know, because look, we're going to 9 games now. This is no longer game 4 or game 5
start of the season,
right? So so Liverpool wins that game,
yeah,
for Jurgen's sake. Southampton, Everton. So second win of the season for Everton. You imagine?
Everton probably anything from 1 goal.
Alex, it will be man of the
Maybe
match.
1-0.
Yeah. West Ham, Wolves.
West
Ham to win. Manchester United away at Etihad.
Manchester to win.
Des.
2-1.
United to win 2-1.
Yeah.
Leeds, Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
To win.
Yeah.
Leicester, Nottingham Forest.
That's draw.
Right? Draw. Des, let's go. Leicester, Nottingham Forest.
Brendan Rodgers is under fire right now, so I feel Leicester will come out all blazing that day.
Would that be the last game for him if he loses?
That would be probably the last game, definitely.
Yeah. Leeds, Aston Villa.
Leeds, Aston Villa. Gerrard has been shaking of late. I think Leeds will get that one. Leeds will win.
City, United.
This will be a huge victory for Ten Hag. I feel Manchester United will make a statement this weekend, and Manchester United
really statement. No press conference.
A huge statement. Eric Ten Hag is here.
So United win.
United win easily. We're winning that game.
Check the cups of these guys, man. What's in those cups? They got Ini.
United
I'm
is
telling
winning
you.
this one easily.
Right.
Easily.
West Ham, Wolves.
West Ham have been poor lately. I think Wolves win. Probably Diego Costa will score his first goal. So Wolves get this one.
I think West Ham turned the season around there. Brighton, Southampton. Sorry, hold on a sec. Southampton, Everton. Beg your pardon.
Southampton, Everton. Alex Iwobi has been on fire. Everton win that one.
Right. Liverpool, Brighton.
I feel Jurgen Klopp's 6 years syndrome is at play here. So I think Jurgen Klopp probably gets his sack, or the talk of his sack will begin that day. So I think Liverpool will lose.
I see you like the headlines. Crystal Palace, Fulham.
I think that will be a draw.
Sorry, Crystal Palace, Chelsea. Beg your pardon.
Crystal
I got to
Palace,
check my
Chelsea.
cup.
London derby, Chelsea will get that one. They will nick it because they are not really good, but Chelsea will get it.
So first win for
first win for the
Graham Potter.
For Graham Potter.
Right. Arsenal, Tottenham.
I think Arsenal will win. Mikel Arteta he will probably get one over Antonio Conte this time. I think Mikel Arteta gets this one. Arsenal win.
Brentford.
Brentford. Dominic Solanke will probably get his second goal, so Bournemouth will win.
So Fulham, Newcastle.
Newcastle have some good players, but Fulham as well. They've started the season very well. and Mitrovic has been on fire so far. I think Fulham will get this one.
That'll be interesting. Rufai, let's go. Leicester, Nottingham Forest.
Leicester, Nottingham Forest. I'm on two sides. Wretched.
Funny thing is, Nottingham Forest always start games well, but they don't end up winning them.
Two Midlands teams.
Leicester.
Leicester, yeah? Leeds, Aston Villa.
Leeds.
City, United.
It's easy to kill United.
Yeah?
Kill them.
West Ham, Wolves.
Draw.
Southampton, Everton.
No. Everton to win. Both teams to score, actually.
I think the game is a draw to me. Liverpool, Brighton.
Graham Potter, no day Brighton again. No.
They might not score.
Graham Potter, no day Brighton. Liverpool to win.
Right? Fulham, Newcastle.
Go. Both teams to score.
Crystal Palace, Chelsea.
Both teams to score.
Bournemouth, Brentford.
Chelsea fan.
Brentford to win.
Arsenal, Tottenham.
2-2 draw.
How far do Arsenal have to win into the season to say they are title contenders?
December now.
No, this is match day 9.
Check
I think
the
once they
table.
win, once they win up to 10 games.
Yes.
Check the table, guys. It's simple.
So
We know you're on top of the table.
Arsenal are title contenders at the moment, yeah?
So how can you say that the team that's top of the table is not in the title race? By
It's just
default-
9 games now.
Because
Start of the
you
season.
lost
By
your first
default.
test. You lost
By
your first
default,
test.
we
You could
are,
not pass
so-
the Eric Ten Hag test.
No. Listen, I don't know what's this hate going towards Arsenal from every media outlet out there. I don't know if it's because we have a very active fan base on the internet, so people are trying to get clicks but come on, the cold hard facts are Arsenal are winning games. They have more possession than last season, more passes. Everything is more positive than last season. They're dominating matches. Okay, they had a blip at Old Trafford, but I don't think it's going to happen in the North London Derby. Tottenham's only won once in the last 22 years, the London, away in the North London Derby. So I'm confident. I think Conte has been getting the results, but Spurs haven't been playing well. And I do think that on Saturday, Arsenal can expose Spurs and score a few past them. I do think there's still vulnerability in defense. It was worrying how easy Arsenal was opened up at Old Trafford with a few passes. I think it has to do with Lokonga being in there. I do hope Thomas Partey makes it back because obviously that's the most influential player right now at Arsenal. And ultimately, this is the only reason why you guys probably don't think they're title contenders. The squad is a little bit thin compared to the likes of City and Liverpool. But look how Liverpool have started. The only team that, I agree with Arsene Wenger the other day that's saying there's no real team out there that impresses apart from City. So I do hope Arsenal keeps it up. Maybe up until Christmas or up until the World Cup, because this season is gonna be weird. This season is gonna be very, very strange, and I think there's gonna be a chance if you're involved there by February, March. But yeah, no illusions that we're gonna win the title. But saying that Arsenal is not involved in the title challenge when after 7 games they're top of the table, it's just ridiculous.
So let's do a prediction there. Arsenal, Tottenham, who do you think wins? Obviously, you think Arsenal win, but how many?
Yeah, 2-1. I think we'll concede again. I think Son is a bit worrying what he did in the last game. I hope he doesn't have his shooting boots. He scored for Korea as well midweek, but 2-1 ultimately. I think maybe Jesus will get a goal. Arsenal is very solid at home, even last season when they weren't playing as well. So
Right.
yeah.
So 2-1 to Arsenal. What do you think happens Crystal Palace, Chelsea?
I actually think there might be a surprise here because obviously early days into the Potter career, he's going to have to, get his style of play, which is people are saying is very similar to Tuchel's, but at the end of the day, it's going to take a bit, I think, to bed in. So a Crystal Palace that's hungry for points, that hasn't been playing well in the beginning of the season. I fancy Zaha to score a goal and maybe, like a 1-0 win for Crystal Palace in this one.
That'll be interesting. Liverpool, Brighton. What do you think happens there?
I expect Liverpool to come back up. Maybe not the same scoreline as Bournemouth, but again, Brighton, we talk about a team with a new manager. It's not going to be the same, I think, solid defensively. Fair play, though. I watched an interview of Roberto, I forgot his last name, from the Sassuolo manager. He's a very, very attacking manager. So I'm expecting Brighton to maybe have a similar play style to what we see from Leeds under Marsh. But yeah, I think they're going to lose this one, and maybe Salah will come back with a few goals.
Right. So you think basically predicting Liverpool start their season now in earnest, right? City United. What happens there?
Yeah, what I'm hearing from the table, there's no way Ten Hag goes there and gets a result. It's going to be a 3-1 win. I think Man United are going to put up a fight. It was encouraging, that game against Arsenal and, their last few results. But they're still in the process. And let's not forget, they're still where Arsenal were a year or two ago, even though they have a better caliber player. It's going to take a while. There's still 5 teams in England that are better than them. Maybe the only question mark at the moment is Chelsea because, it's a new manager and new players. But yeah, they still have a long road to walk, and City is on another level. Haaland's going to score a goal. He's the captain of my fantasy team, so no way they get a result at that set.
Yeah, that's an interesting bit of analysis there. But Inter play Roma as we wrap up the show. What do you think happens Inter Roma? I think that Roma are in contention for the title this year. I have to say that
And I'm not sure of that just yet. I'm not because they bottled some games that I didn't see them bottling. There's something you just see about teams that are title contenders, and I don't think Roma have shown enough, at least so far. But against Inter, last season Inter clearly showed they had a lot more
better
quality.
home and away. Yeah.
So this season it remains to be seen. I think Inter still feels like the superior side. Very difficult to call. I think best case scenario is both teams to get goals.
Yeah. What do you think happens there? Predictions?
Inter is going to win definitely.
Yeah.
Because Roma, I think they're a bit shaky this season.
Right.
I can't really put my bet on Roma currently.
Yeah. If you're not sure, don't put your bet on Juventus. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah, I think
Roma
so. I think Inter will get it because the new signing Gini Wijnaldum hasn't really played. So there's a gaping hole in the Roma midfield. Also, Pellegrini as well cannot really do the defensive duties that Mourinho wants. Matic's legs are gone, to be honest. Matic's legs, we're thinking because Matic is going to the Serie A and Serie A is known for, older players still thriving. I do not think Matic is that guy yet. He's that guy anymore, not because he has already done his part. So I think Roma are going to struggle a bit against Inter. Even though, to be fair, the last game they played, they dominated, but unfortunately they did not win. That's another problem as well. Tammy Abraham has not been firing.
Right.
Tammy Abraham has been terrible this season, to be honest. He has been terrible. So that's another problem for Jose Mourinho.
So by all accounts, Inter win the game. Yeah?
Yeah, Inter win the game.
But that's that on the show. Thanks for being a part of the show. If you're watching, leave a like on the YouTube video. Get on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts as well. Subscribe to the channel. We've totally slowed down on the rates of subscribers we've had on YouTube and of course the other platforms. Stan, it's been a real pleasure to have you here. So you gave us what 2 hours of your time entire day. So appreciate you for that.
Cheers, man.
No, thank you guys for having me on the platform. And just to plug Stan Sports again on YouTube, if you want to see some more La Liga action. Speaking of Jose Mourinho, I'm going to Seville in 2 weeks. I'm going to see him in the flesh playing against Betis in the Europa League.
Yeah.
So
that'll be cool.
A match day vlog on my channel. But yeah, all great to you guys. Keep pushing the content and keep the conversation. And we'll be back soon.
Stan, appreciate it so much. Follow Stan Sports on YouTube. If you're a La Liga guy, I know a guy called Eddie, and he's a big Real Madrid fan. Shouts to Ed. You should follow Stan Sports and tell everybody to do that as well. Emmanuel, thank you so much for filling the void today. We enjoyed having you here. Yeah.
So I should be thanking you guys now. Last week I was watching you guys on YouTube. Now I did.
Yeah. You never know. You never know, right? Des, thanks for coming as well. Appreciate it. And Mikel is a great player. We agree, right?
I just showed him something now.
We do.
Indeed, I just showed him something.
You don't
He was there.
No.
It's
Calm
calm.
down, Des.
Okay,
Calm down.
Don't worry.
Des will along the line realize that I have mic 1, and you get used to it, right? Luckily, Rafai, always a pleasure.
Yep.
Right, even though you try to confuse the cameras with the same color shirt that I have, but God pass you. That's that. We'll see you very soon. Bye bye.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, guys. I'm a man that needs no introduction on this show. It remains the Inside Podcast. When it comes to talking sport, when it comes to talking football all around the world, you get the best information from this particular podcast. You can always join us online, on YouTube, on IG, anywhere online. You can always join. Even on Clubhouse, we're there for you to dish you the best information when it comes to sport all around the world. Stay tuned always.
Cloud. Reach out.